What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color and to another episode, the 64th episode of the Physical Media Rundown, our weekly live show here on the channel that we record with a live audience every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come out and join us, but we always appreciate you watching after the fact in the live replay as well. I always leave that up on the channel for you guys to catch. I hear from a lot of people that can't stay up this late, different time zones. People like to watch it in the morning with their morning coffee or on their drive to work, so I always appreciate those comments as well. We're going to be talking about all the new releases, as we always do, that are coming out this week, the week of March 18th. A lot of heavy hitters, a lot of big ones this week. I think this is easily the biggest week of the month. Maybe not the most titles, but some of the biggest, most exciting titles coming out this week, so stay tuned. We're going to go through all of them here from top to bottom. I'm here on Blu-ray.com. I've got them all pulled up. And we're going to talk about them, mostly 4K. Lots of 4K coming out this week. But first, let's see who's in the live chat over here to my left. We've got Connor Nielsen is the first one I see in the chat. Hey, welcome, friend of the channel. You guys know you love him. Godzilla getting the 4K love is always going to make me happy. Criterion getting more of my money. We're going to talk about Criterion a lot tonight, too, because the scuttlebutt on the streets is that the flash sale, the biannual flash sale, is coming tomorrow, March 18th. That's what I've heard. That's what everyone in my comments is telling me. So we might talk about Criterion, maybe share what you're going to be picking up in the sale. I still don't know. I'm still on the fence of what I'm going to pick up. So I could use some inspiration if you guys have any ideas. Patrick Williams says, hey, DJ, the news of the week is that Daylight 4K was pulled off shelves, but some people got it, and Dante's Peak 4K is canceled. I heard about this. I watched Mid-Level Media's video about this earlier today, just right before I started recording, basically. That's crazy. Maybe we can talk about that as well. Collector Movie Man is here in the chat, talking about some 4Ks that he already picked up. We won't go through those. Don't want to spoil anything. We'll get to those in a minute. Mark's here. Baloney is here. Welcome. Robert's here. Your Fiend, Mr. Jones, look at that, I said it right for the first time in months. He says, are you ready for that half-price Criterion flash sale tomorrow? No, I'm not. I need to do some thinking about that. I know most of you already have your carts set and ready to go, so I'm behind. Henry is here. Good evening, DJ and colorists. Colorists, is that what we're going with in the chat? Eva Wax is here as well, says good evening, DJ and fellow film lovers. Michael Smith, flash sale tomorrow. Yes, we're going to talk about that. Let's see. Doug Waddle is here. Magnitude Rev just wanted to pop in and say hi on Criterion Collection Flash Sale Eve. Everyone's excited about the flash sale. Maybe I should have just did a stream about that. It's weird how this lined up on stream night. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but maybe we can talk about Criterion stuff as well if we get through this fast enough. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Let's dive in, shall we? Speaking, no pun intended, Deep Blue Sea getting a 4K nice, beautiful hard box from Arrow Video, and it's a 4K set. Look at that. Beautiful box set. Is this a film I need in the collection? I have no idea. I don't know. But it's getting a beautiful set. Standard stuff. It's got the poster. It's got the art cards. It's got more art cards on the bottom for some reason. And there you go. Nice big chunky box. People love them. There you go. 1999 horror thriller action film, according to Blu-ray.com. Everybody knows what this is. I feel like even I know what this is, and this isn't even really my genre, but I've heard about it for quite some time, and it's been on YouTube, like in our community. People have been talking about this for weeks now. I feel like everyone got their copies early. Everyone's already done reviews of this. This is old news at this point, but if you haven't got it yet, it's coming out this week. So if you didn't pre-order it, go grab it. Those Arrow Video beefy box sets sell out so fast. I feel like you got like maybe a month, maybe 2 months on those, and they go out of print super quickly. I don't know why they don't do more of those, but if you don't get it, they're like on eBay for like way too much. It took me forever to track down the Flash Gordon one because they go out of print so fast. Next up, another big crowd favorite, already been mentioned in the chat, Godzilla versus Biollante. I've heard it in so many ways. I looked it up intentionally this morning. I was looking down Reddit threads. I was looking all over the internet. Some people saying Biollante, some people saying Biollante, some people saying Biollante. I'm going to say Biollante, because that's how my friend Connor says it, and he's already mentioned it in the chat. He's so excited about this. It's 1989. It's past the Showa era. Criterion has only put out earlier Godzilla films than this, and now it seems like they finally got the rights to some of the later stuff. I know some people are bummed that it's not, a big box set of all the films, and maybe they're going to be putting these out one at a time. Heaven forbid they do this, but what you hate, or what you would hate to see, is if they put them out all individually like this and then they do a box set at the end. That would be a bummer. So I don't know what they're going to do, but a lot of people aren't going to wait to find out. A lot of people are picking this up day one, and it's perfect. This is probably part of the reason why they waited so long to do the flash sale, because they wanted this to be included, because they know this is going to be a huge seller. So they waited till now. Waited till March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, by the way. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. But there you go. 1989 Godzilla film versus a giant plant monster. Looks like a lot of fun. I am still, huge blind spot for me. Kaiju films, Godzilla films in general, huge blind spot. I still have not picked up the giant box set. I was considering maybe doing that for the flash sale tomorrow. That would be kind of fun to get both of these Godzillas at the same time, but who knows? Who knows what I'll do? Next up, we've got the Penguin 4K Max series. Max, that's such a weird name for a streaming service, but this is a Max original series in the same continuity as the Batman, which came out forever ago, it seems like. A million years ago, that first Batman film came out. We still haven't got a sequel, but we've got this. HBO original, The Penguin, from the director of the Batman, Colin Farrell. Oscar nominated, or not Oscar, because it's not a movie, but award-nominated performance for Colin Farrell on this. He is incredible. I've not seen this. I don't watch TV. I don't have time for TV in my life, but I've heard great things about it. It's a brand new series. We don't usually talk about TV on this show, but I thought I'd throw this in because it's short and it's kind of connected to, big film franchise. So that's $50 right now on Amazon for the entire series on 4K. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if it has a slipcover or not. All I've got is this one image. Doesn't seem like it has a slipcover, but who knows? Maybe some people can let me know that already picked this up, that already pre-ordered it. And then we've got two more here. Let's do these last two because you guys are saying a lot of things over there in the chat. So I've got to catch up. But first, we'll briefly talk about this. I don't think anybody really cares about this. Moana 2, 4K Steelbook, 4K Blu-ray and digital combo pack. That's what the artwork on the Steelbook looks like. Not a fan. I'm not a fan. I like the back more so than the front because of that art style, but I hate... Why does Disney keep doing this? Disney keeps just putting characters on a white or silver background. Just plain. Super, super generic. Don't love that. The inside is just a shot from the movie, it looks like. Not crazy about that. A generic looking Steelbook for what I've heard, by all accounts, is a very generic sequel, Disney sequel. I did not hear great things about that. I didn't even bother seeing it. I'm not even the biggest fan of the first Moana movie. And then we've got Tommy 50th Anniversary Edition 4K Blu-ray combo pack from Shout Factory. Another very high-profile release. A lot of people excited about this one. There you go. This is, if you don't know the story of this, I don't know if I'm going to read this on camera, but it's a very dark, very dark story. 1975 surreal musical, but not a happy musical. Very, very dark and depressing, violent musical that I am kind of interested in. Honestly, it kind of sold me with this synopsis down here. But maybe we'll check it out in Musical May this year. Maybe that'll be something we watch a little bit later. We've been watching 60s and 70s stuff, especially some Bob Fosse stuff. So if it's anything like that, I'm definitely down because he is wonderful. All right, let's jump back and see what people are saying over here. Let's see what's happening. I'm way behind in the chat. Hold on. I'll start here so we can talk a little bit about Godzilla, because I know a lot of people are excited about that one. Connor, gonna nab Godzilla versus Biollante, Yojimbo Sanjuro, The Grifters, and Winchester 73, and possibly the 100 Years of Olympic. Whew, you told me about that, man. That box set is huge and very, very expensive. Hayden Spring, if Biollante is included in the... Maybe I'll say it a different way every time. If Biollante is included in the sale, I'll just get that. Mackenzie says, super excited for the flash sale. I have a gift card from the holidays burning a hole in my pocket that I've been saving So this will be the most I've ever gotten during a sale. Awesome. You got a Criterion gift card for the holidays? Your family's awesome. Patrick says, definitely need to get Deep Blue Sea. Love that movie. Avery, I've been going through the Criterion list in alphabetical order for a while to find hidden gems, probably picking up 4 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days this sale. Okay. I have been going through chronologically, like from the earliest films up, and that's been fun. I've been finding some stuff that I had no idea was in the collection, which is very cool. Hayden Spring says the third way you said it is correct, I believe. So Biollante is the third way. Yeah, no one knows. No one knows. The internet can't agree. So I'm just gonna mix it up. Miss Sharon says Deep Blue Sea is almost worth it just for the Samuel L. Jackson moment. I do know, because it's the internet, and everything's been spoiled for me, so I already know that scene. Dan's Den says, for the longest time, Godzilla vs. Biollante was the only Showa Godzilla film that was really available in the U.S. Dan always popping in with little tidbits, little trivia facts that he has. Kevin House is talking to Connor, so I'll give them their privacy. Hayden says the box set is over half off on Amazon right now. Yeah, but I don't want to support Amazon. I want to support Criterion. So I'm going to go, because it's $225, so I think you can get it for $112 tomorrow in the flash sale. So yeah, that's cheaper than Amazon. He says it's about $120, $130. So yeah, wait till tomorrow. Don't support Amazon. Support Criterion directly and get it cheaper. Nick G90. Hey DJ, did you see Carrie Coon's new Criterion Closet video? No, I didn't. I totally missed that. I was very busy at work today, but I did see it come through. Her husband, Tracy Letts, has a movie collection of over 10,000 movies. No, I know about Tracy Letts' collection. I watched a podcast with him recently talking about his collection, and they're both crazy. They have so much stuff. I think he's like spine number complete on Radiance and a bunch of labels. It's amazing. It's really cool. I want to watch that video, though. Michael Smith, I am hoping Criterion allows us to get night moves tomorrow in honor of Hackman's recent passing. Yeah, I don't know the rules on that. Do they usually let you pre-order stuff? If they do, you should be fine, because that's already up and available for pre-order, and it's coming out very soon. It's coming out, I think, next week, 25th. What else do we have here? Oh, hold on, YouTube. Why are you skipping? Ooh, Avery, I want to recommend everyone pick up Manila in the Claws of Light during the flash sale, one of the only Southeast Asian films in the collection and one of Sean Baker's inspirations. Well, that's cool. That's very timely. Thanks for the recommendation. Collector Movie Man, the Penguin TV show is amazing, and Colin Farrell won twice for Best Actor at the Critics' Choice Awards and at the Golden Globes for the Penguin TV show. He's killing it. He's always great. We just recently watched Banshees of Inisherin, our annual March watch, a couple days ago that, of course, Grace had to pick. And it's incredible. It's better every single time. I love it. One of my favorites. Internet user, if you do watch it, make it a Tommy Tuesday. Look at this. Everyone's coming up with fun little names for things. It definitely makes it more exciting, I gotta say, as someone who likes alliteration. Collector Movie Man, are you a fan of The Last of Us TV show? No, I don't watch TV shows. I didn't see any of it, but I heard good things about it. And are you excited for season 2 in April? No, not at all. I didn't see season 1. It's going to have one of the most depressing things happen since Game of Thrones, The Red Wedding. Oh, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss it. That sounds fun. What else do we got here? Speaking of, he just mentioned it, Last of Us is getting a 4K Blu-ray Steelbook. There's the artwork on that. Another plant monster. Look at that. I didn't even know there was plant monsters in Last of Us, but that's very appropriate for this week. Then we've got The General's Daughter getting a 4K Blu-ray combo pack from Kino Lorber, 1999 war film. Look at this, starring John Travolta. Wow, a very clean-cut John Travolta right there on the front. Kino Lorber, some drama going on with Kino Lorber. We already heard about it in the chat. People talking about some canceled titles. We don't usually talk about news on this show. I'd love to do another live stream for news at some point. Maybe sometime down the road, we'll get to a point where we can have 2 live streams a week. But man, I couldn't cover it all in 1 week. Trying to keep this down to an hour and a half is hard enough, just covering the new releases. Also from Shout Factory, we've got Forbidden World getting a 4K Blu-ray combo pack, 1982 horror sci-fi film with a crazy looking spider ant alien winged monster thing on the front, which looks very cool, and I'm almost certain is way cooler than the actual film is going to look. These Shout Factory, Scream Factory, like Roger Corman era sci-fi movies always have way cooler posters than the movies themselves, but maybe this one's really good. It says part alien, part human, all nightmare. That doesn't look, no part of that looks human. What part of that is human? The brain? Does he just have like a human brain? Because he looks like an insect alien demon thing. It looks nothing, he doesn't look human at all. But I don't know. I haven't seen the film. I have not seen it, but it's got 2 different cuts. So you can watch it once, watch it twice. Hopefully it's a good time. I have not seen that one. I've heard recently they put out another one that was like a Roger Corman era horror sci-fi film, and it wasn't supposed to be very good. The cover was apparently much better than the movie. This one, I don't want to speak though, because I haven't seen this one. So maybe it's great. Maybe it's wonderful. But what is for sure going to be wonderful, and will definitely be picking this one up in the sale tomorrow, Woman of Paris, a 1923 silent film directed by Charlie Chaplin. Whew, that was going to be, wow. The brain just went completely blank. Charlie Chaplin, one of my favorite silent film directors, usually does comedy, usually stars in his own films. Neither of those are true about this film. He's not the star of it. He's just directing, which is fascinating to me, and I can't wait to watch it. They need to put more silent films in the collection. There's a huge dearth of silent cinema in the Criterion collection. Flicker Alley is doing a lot of good stuff, especially picking up some of the ones that Criterion lost. Flicker Alley is putting out a release of King of Kings, the big tentpole religious film that Criterion used to have in the collection in the DVD days, and it went out of print. Flicker Alley is putting that out next month in April, right around Easter. So I got to pick that up because I try to collect as many boutiques for silent films as I can. And this one's going to be on the list soon. Woman of Paris, 1923. Nice breezy 78-minute film. Can't beat it. A kept woman runs into her former fiance and finds herself torn apart between love and comfort. Just a straight up romance drama. Interesting. And it's always nice to watch silent films that aren't comedies, because I feel like most people just think of comedies and silent era films as synonymous, but they're not. There's a lot of straight up dramas. Watch Sunrise, people. Watch Sunrise. We've also got Wolfman to close out the second row here. Wolfman getting a 4K limited edition, 4K Blu-ray digital. This is interesting that it says limited edition. So Universal Studios is doing limited edition Steelbooks now. This is all 3 formats. It's the new Wolfman film that I did not hear good things about. Let me know if you're a fan of this movie. Everything I heard about it was not great, which is sad because this is the Blumhouse. I think they wanted another Invisible Man, which was a huge hit a couple of years ago. I have not heard great things about it, but maybe I should just give it a chance. Maybe I'll like it. 2025 Universal Studios, The Wolfman. Or excuse me, Wolfman. Drop just Wolfman. Let me know if you've seen that one. All right, let's jump back. I got to do a little finagling here because my phone is about to die. So I got to plug it in. Hopefully the stream is still going and everything is fine. Let me know in the chat. Even though it'll be forever till I get to you because I'm scrolling back up to see what I missed. We still good? All right. Let's see. I'm going to start right here. Collector Movie Man. Films by Color. Do you know if the Criterion sale is going to be part of Barnes & Noble? No, it is not. Barnes & Noble does their Criterion sale in July and in November. 2 months out of the year. This is not a month-long sale. This is just a flash sale. It's just one day, 24 hours on the Criterion website. So get it while they're hot. Eva Wax. Carrie Coon elevates every TV show movie she's in to another level. Yeah, I can't wait to watch that video. Magnitude Rev. For the fans of past lives, the director of the film Celine Song has a trailer releasing tomorrow of her newest film, A24's Materialists. Fascinating. Nick G90 agrees with Eva Wax about Carrie Coon. Michael Smith. Chaplin did WOP for his muse Edna Purviance. He kept her on payroll the rest of her life. WOP was her last film, I think. Ooh, interesting. I can't wait to watch it. I'm interested. Like I said, it's not anything. I haven't seen anything like that from Chaplin before. Although I have some of them. I have all of his films in the Criterion collection, but I haven't watched all of them yet. Why So Bluetooth? Welcome to the stream. I imported the UK 4K of Megalopolis. We'll probably watch it tonight or tomorrow. We'll probably watch it tonight or tomorrow. Oh, well, very cool. I know that's one that's not getting a US release, so that's. I'm glad you're able to get your hands on it. Baloney says, in A Woman of Paris, Charlie Chaplin makes a cameo appearance as a porter at a railroad station. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I heard he had a little cameo, but he's definitely not starring in it. Next up, we've got the standard Wolfman on 4K right here. All three formats, just your standard 4K case. Not the limited edition Steelbook, but if you want a little bit cheaper price, that's a 20. Actually, I think they're the same price. 28 for that and 28 for the Steelbook. So exactly the same price. So unless you just really don't like Steelbooks, it probably makes sense to get the limited on that one. Then we've got 2 Indicator releases. Indicator doing US releases now, which is awesome, from Powerhouse Films. They're doing these little box sets that they've been doing, little digipack box sets. And this is Thirst. New 4K restoration of Thirst, spine number 432, which is a 1979 horror sci-fi film as well. It seems like we got a lot of those coming out this week. So that's all the way from the UK. I have not got any of their US releases yet. They've been putting out a lot of horror stuff lately. I feel like they have got into a groove with horror stuff lately, and I haven't jumped on board yet. I need to. Some people even have Indicator releases in their Barnes & Noble. I know a friend of mine has talked about it. And I'm very jealous because I don't have that in my Barnes & Noble at all. But here's another one. Harlequin getting a 4K release. This is a mystery fantasy film. I don't think it's a straight up horror film. 1980, also from Indicator, also a 4K Ultra HD. A modern day politician is faced with an incomprehensible... That's a weird sentence. It just kind of is missing a word there. In this mystical fantasy, Senator Rast is a very powerful man, but this is nothing compared to the extraordinary power of the enigmatic stranger who mysteriously comes to visit him. This seems awesome. This actually might be the first one I have to pick up in this new US release line. This seems very cool. It looks great. Look at this artwork on here. I'm not even... What? Oh, come on. All right, hold on. I got to fix the screen. It's not working for some reason. Probably because it got unplugged. Let me see if I can fix the second screen here. Sometimes I usually just have to there we go. Sometimes you just gotta turn it off and turn it back on. Harlequin, look at that. Look at that artwork on that film. Looks like a lot of fun. If the film is as interesting as that artwork looks like, and I think I actually watched the trailer on this one because when it was announced, I was very intrigued by it. Let me know if you've seen Harlequin. It seems like my kind of thing. Directed by Simon Windsor, 1980. I'm excited. I'm interested to check it out. I don't know if I'm excited, but I'm interested. And maybe some of you guys can let me know if you have seen that one. Then we've got the umpteenth the release of Middle-earth 6-film collection, 4K, Blu-ray, and digital combo pack of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. I don't know if we know what this looks like. I've got just a simple image right there. And let me see if this shows me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's a nice little box set. A nice little box set, 6-film collection. I always feel weird about combining these. I like them separate. I like my Lord of the Rings trilogy as a trilogy and then Hobbit its own thing. I don't love combining all 6 of them. They weren't intended that way. It's not like they're part of the same, I don't know. It's weird. Middle-earth, 6-film collection. You got The Hobbit, you got Lord of the Rings, theatrical and extended versions of all 6. In a nice little box. This is actually kind of cool. What is this box set? I didn't know about this. I know there's the big Steelbook set and there's the individual sets, obviously, but this is cool. I'll be looking at YouTube videos to see what this looks like when it comes out, but I will not be picking this up. It is $200 on sale a little bit right now for $191. I don't know who doesn't have the Middle-earth collection at this point, who wants it. I feel like if you want it, you have it because there's a million different releases of it. But if you don't have it and you do want it, that's coming out this week. We've also got a standard Blu-ray edition of Moana, which, again, not the best artwork, but it's at least more interesting than the Steelbook was. But yeah, there you go, Moana, Blu-ray digital. We got a few more things, but I'm gonna pop back over and see what people are saying. I feel like we can slow down a little bit. I feel like we got the big ones out of the way for this week. But still, keep those comments coming in. I want to hear your opinions on these. Mark says, last Friday I received the 4K of Harlequin. Hey, from Indicator. I was a bit disappointed because I was expecting a chunky box, but it comes on a thinner hard slip box with a digibook and booklet. Yeah, that's how they've been doing them for a while now. I feel like even like mid last year is when they started doing those thinner ones with a lot of the like Mexican wrestler movies that they were putting out and the Batwoman, all that once those started, they started doing those little and Jean Rollins films they've been putting out. So they've been putting out a lot of those thinner ones. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. We all like a big chunky hard box every now and then. But if that's what they have to do to get them over here to the US, I guess that's what we got to deal with. Magnitude Rev, I noticed some Radiance films released that I've been eyeballing had some nifty coupons available on Amazon, making the titles around $19 a piece. So I grabbed myself 2 titles that I've wanted. Thanks for sharing. I'll have to check that out. I haven't bought a Radiance title in a while. I mean, I bought the 2 right at the end of December, early January, those 2 box sets for Haxon and the Louis Buñuel set, which I have started. I watched the first one just a couple days ago. I can't wait to get to the other 2, but I haven't bought any of the new Radiance titles recently, so I'll have to check that out. Thanks for the heads up. Mackenzie Wilkes, I finally got a region-free player, so I'm diving into Indicator, grab their release of Sweet Charity and Sahara, a really great and underrated Humphrey Bogart flick. I have not seen Sahara. I've seen High Sierra, which is another Humphrey Bogart flick from Criterion. Sweet Charity, though, is wonderful. Grace and I just watched it 2 Fridays ago. I was not expecting much from it because that's the one Bob Fosse musical that like nobody talks about, or at least I haven't heard people talking about it, but it's just as good as the other 2. It's so good. We had a great time with it. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you like Sweet Charity as much as we did. Why So Bluetooth? DJ, did you end up placing that Umbrella Entertainment order? They posted that Daybreaker's 4K set is delayed a bit due to further work being done by the directors. No, I haven't. I'm about to, I promise. But thank you so much, by the way, for the responses on that post. I posted about I'm going to be making my first Umbrella order because there's a couple things I want to pre-order and there's a couple other things I wanted to grab. I wanted to ask you guys for your opinion. And I got a lot of responses. I got a lot of people recommending some things. So thank you so much for that. I will be making that order here in just a couple days. Now I got to do the Criterion sale. But after that, I'll go back to Umbrella. I'm still jumping back and forth between a few different things that I want to pick up. Evil Wax, no matter what, I just can't bring myself to watch Megalopolis. I didn't see it either. I was one that was actually kind of interested in from last year. It seemed fun, but I didn't get around to it. And now I don't know if it's ever going to get a physical release here. Steven watched Jean de Florette and Man of Spring today. Would recommend for Criterion fans. Sweet. That's on my list. I don't know if I'll pick it up I don't like getting pre-orders in the flash sales. I kind of like waiting till July to do those, but that is on my list. I will be picking that up in July at the latest. Dan went to a film festival this week, saw Cronenberg's The Shrouds and Zaya Zhankei's Caught by the Tides. It was great. Awesome. I have never been to a film festival, but it sounds like a good time. Glad you had a good time. Glad you watched some cool films. Let's talk about some more cool films here, starting with World War Z. I don't know if it's that cool of a film. I have seen this, but I remember nothing about it. World War Z getting a 4K Blu-ray combo pack, a Walmart exclusive Steelbook. Look at that. Is this a re-release? Oh, wait, okay, yeah, it's a Shout Factory. So is it a re-release of the same Scream Factory Steelbook and now it's just Walmart exclusive? Or is it just an exclusive at Walmart? It's pretty cool artwork. I like it. It looks cool. That's the only image we have is just that one image, but I think everybody knows what World War Z is. It is just not as cool as the book. It's not, it would have been really cool if they did like an anthology thing like the book, but it's a straight up zombie movie with Brad Pitt. Look at this. This is the shortest synopsis I've ever seen. Former United Nations investigator travels the world trying to stop the outbreak of a deadly zombie pandemic. There you go. At least Brad Pitt's not on the cover. All these other covers are just Brad Pitt standing in front of a Z. This is the 7th, 18th, 19th, 20th release of this film, and it's got some pretty cool artwork. So there you go. It's also got the director's cut on it. 2 different cuts. World War Z. Go to Walmart. You won't find it because I don't know. Maybe you will. None of my Walmarts have any Steelbooks at all. We've also got a Blu-ray of Godzilla. Again, right there. Same exact thing, just a Blu-ray instead of the 4K. And then we've got the Black Tulip, going back to Kino Lorber. What is this? Is this a French film? I don't know what the Black Tulip is. I should read. Oh, yeah. In 1789 in France, the outlaw, the Black Tulip, steals from the nobility for himself. Like a little, well, I was going to say Robin Hood tale, but I guess not. He's stealing it for himself. But look at this. A little like, wow, this looks, hold on. I'm very interested in this. This looks like a little pulpy adventure Zorro looking film, The Black Tulip. Is this like a French Zorro? This is interesting. 1964. Interesting. I'm going to have to read the rest of the synopsis because this has got my attention. But the poor believe he is a revolutionary. He is actually the womanizing Count, that person who has a love affair with the married Marquis Catherine de Vigeon. When chief of police, this guy, wow, I'm just going to keep butchering these names, plans a scheme to arrest the Black Tulip. The bandit is scarred on the cheek, leading Lamouche to suspect him, and he might be the Black Tulip. Interesting. So it's like they think he's Zorro, but he's just a selfish like bandit guy. That's actually kind of fun. And it's Alain Delon. Wow. I've never heard of this. I'm definitely going to have to put this on my watch list. This sounds really cool. Thank you, Kino Lorber, for introducing me to that film, The Black Tulip. Well, there we go. That's exciting. Then we've got, also from Kino Lorber, Half a Chance, which is another French film. I really wish they would just quickly put the language or the country on these. But here we go. I'm going to guess it's, it's got Alain Delon. Okay, so yes, definitely a French film. Half a Chance, a film by Patrice Leconte. Interesting, Leconte. I'm going to read this one too, because that other one was really interesting. This is 1998, way later, 30 years later. Alice leaves prison after having served an 8-month sentence for car theft. Her mother, who has just died, leaves her a cassette on which she admits to the mystery of her birth. Alice has never known her father. 20 years before, her mother had loved 2 men. It's like a Mamma Mia situation. One of them is unknowingly her father. Alice goes off to find the 2, but before discovering which is her father, she gets them involved in an adventure. Kino Lorber killing it with the French titles this week. That sounds really interesting too. Then we've got obviously a standard Blu-ray edition of Deep Blue Sea without the 4K transfer. And then we've got another Steelbook here from Shout Factory, another Walmart exclusive, previous Shout Factory Steelbook for Evil Dead. Evil Dead, not the original, the 2013 Evil Dead, everybody's favorite Evil Dead. If you want that, go to Walmart and grab one. Now let's talk about these French movies from Kino Lorber here, because I'm very interested. Jumping right in. Kevin House. I spend so much money at Barnes & Noble when they see me coming, they start singing. Oh, I felt like I knew where that was going. Hey, Big Spender is a wonderful song from Sweet Charity. I'm not going to sing it for you because I don't want to butcher it, but I have been singing it around the house because it's been stuck in my head ever since we watched it. Why So Bluetooth snagged a copy of the Beyond 4K last night, right before it sold out. That's some hardcore horror from Fulci. Gosh, I need some water. I was recording a video right before this, so my throat is already pretty much out of commission. Your Fiend, Mr. Jones, great show. I'll catch up with the rest tomorrow. Have to get back to work. Well, do that. Get back to work. What are you doing, slacker? Bailey, Indicator's smaller, hard slipcases are quite frequent, though. The chunkier box sets aren't a common thing for individual titles overall, so I think it's nice. Not every single title is just a clear case. Yeah. Ever since, like I said, mid last year, they started doing those thinner ones, which is fine. I do like the big ones, but not every film can get that. And it seems like they've been doing more box sets since they've been doing the slimmer ones. Like before, it was very intermittent whenever they would do those big chunky box sets. Now it seems like they're doing it more often. Magnitude Rev, you don't get any 50% off discounts for pre-orders during the Criterion Flash sale as a heads up. So no Anora pre-order for me, unfortunately. Okay. Well, I knew there was a reason I didn't do any pre-orders on those sales. Carrie Witt, Kino Lorber giveth, and Kino Lorber taketh away. Again, people very upset about those two canceled, maybe not canceled, I don't think it's permanent. I think they just pulled them, and hopefully they're going to be coming back. Dan Stan, Half a Chance is practically begging for you to watch it. Hey, I'm down. Mark's Movie Menu made my last Barnes & Noble suite for the Paramount half off sale. Couldn't find what I wanted, so I ordered them at Barnes & Noble online. Unfortunately, the Paramount Presents Harold and Maude came without a slip. Well, Mark, you should have called me. I actually just went out to Barnes & Noble. Was it Friday? No, I don't know. It was last week sometime. Maybe Friday. Me, John, and Grace went out to Barnes & Noble. We shot a little video, Paramount video. I got to get it edited and up soon before March is over because it will be completely irrelevant. But we had a good time. We bought a couple Paramount titles. Got them right over here. So that video will be coming soon. And at my store, they had a Herald and Maude with the slip. I didn't pick it up because I already have the Criterion. And it's just a Blu-ray. It's not a 4K. But yeah, sorry, man. I could have sent it to you. I didn't grab it, though. It's still there if you want to drive all the way over to my neck of the woods and pick it up. Steven Schroeder, this will be my last Criterion sale before I move to Ecuador. Got to stock up. Wow. Well, yeah, it's going to suck, man. I mean, it's probably going to be great out there, but not being able to get Criterions is going to be a bummer. So go crazy. Go crazy. Internet user, looks like the Fritz Lang film The Big Heat is getting a Criterion release. Eddie Mueller was contacted to do a commentary track, but he declined. Oh, that sucks. That's a bummer. I would have loved to see him do a commentary track. And I'd love to get more Fritz Lang movies in the collection too. M is great, but we don't have very many other ones. Tired Boy, just finished watching my Criterion copy of Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid about 10 minutes ago. Can't recommend it enough. One of the best Westerns I've ever seen. That's definitely going to be, if not in the flash sale, definitely going to be picking that up in July. I've heard great things about that one. It's been one that I wanted to pick up, but I was just putting it off. It's very expensive. It's like $60 or something. So gotta wait for a sale for that one. Let's see what else we got here. Finish up the last few rows. We got more Kino Lorber to talk about because they put out so many releases a week. This is Ho on Blu-ray. Kino Lorber, 1968, little crime film. The quest for respect of a small-time mob driver turns him into a notorious gangster. There we go. We've topped the shortest synopsis of the week and the shortest title, Ho! Exclamation point. Maybe the best title of all time. There's the Kino Lorber cover. Another Jean-Paul Belmondo film. They are really cranking out the French films this week. Look at that. Look at that. It looks great. I love the artwork on that. I have no idea what it's about other than that simple little short and sweet synopsis. Little gangster film from the 1960s. And then if I had to guess, the next Kino Lorber is probably also going to be the same kind of thing. We've got, I can't even find the title on this. There's so many words on the front. College Confidential. No film ever dared touch this theme before. Oh, wow. It's got so many words. Look at this. It looks like a bad YouTube thumbnail. There is like 4 names over here. There's a title down here. There's one catchphrase here. Then there's another one down here. And then there's a film strip with 5 images and 5 more little quotes there. That is a terrible poster. But maybe a great film. 1960 College Confidential. Sociology professor's survey on youth lifestyle raises hackles when sex questions surface. Reporter gets anonymous tip. Professor's past emerges. Ooh, a little scandal going on in 1960. I have no idea if that's great or not. I don't think that's the first film that's ever talked about sex in college, but that's what the poster says. And then we've got... what else we got here? The Godsend from Kino Cult, another Kino Lorber, because they can't stop putting stuff out this week. Kino Cult number 27. That is insane that they're already up to spine number 27. I feel like this just came out. I feel like we just talked about the beginning of this line. A gift from heaven or a curse from hell. That's a pretty cool cover. I like the poster on that one. Already to spine number 27. I feel like we just started this line. We were just talking about rats and bees and ants and all the whatever the first couple that came out in this line were. And this is more intense than Cinematograph. We've already got 27 titles here in just a few short months. 1980 horror mystery film, Kino Cult number 27. If you're collecting all of those, God help your wallet, because that is moving way too quickly for me. I can't keep up with that. We got Imaginary Heroes coming out from Sony Pictures, a 2004 comedy drama starring, who is that? Is that who do I know any of those people? Michelle Williams and Jeff Daniels. Okay. Haven't heard of it, but it's a 2004 little dark comedy there. If you remember that one and you want to pick that one up. We've also got Bon Voyage, another Sony release from 2003. So they're releasing early 2000s films. That is a little period mystery film from 2003. And just a couple. Is this another Sony one? Yep, another Sony one. Monsieur Ibrahim. There we go. Also from Sony Pictures. We're just, wow, Sony, what are you doing with that banner? You guys see that banner? Look at that. Ew. What is that orange gradient 90s looking banner across the top? Come on, Sony. In Paris, a Turkish shop owner befriends a Jewish boy in his mid-teens. Another microscopic synopsis there. Then we've got one last one here, a Bronx Tale one-man show Blu-ray, an Amazon exclusive 2024 Tribeca film release. Very new film, and it's an Amazon exclusive. That's interesting to me that Amazon is getting in on the exclusive, and not just for Steelbooks, but just a release in general. This is like the only release it's getting. That is really interesting. Coming of age crime drama from 2024. I didn't see a lot of movies in 2024, but I definitely haven't heard of that one. That's pretty cool. All right, we made it through. We made it through the whole list. Hopefully you learned something. I definitely learned a lot of things. I learned that I need to be paying attention to Kino Lorber's French releases because they sound like they're right up my alley. Let's go ahead and finish up talking about the new releases with you guys. We've got quite a bit of time left, so we'll go ahead and talk for about 15 more minutes about the new releases this week. Let me know which ones you guys are most excited about, which ones you'll be picking up or maybe have already pre-ordered. Then we can pivot and go into Criterion. I'll pull up the Criterion website and we can give each other some recommendations and talk about what we're going to be picking up in the sale. I'm still narrowing it down. I don't even have my cart full yet. Dwayne "The Rock" Hudson, speaking of the Barnes & Noble Paramount sale, I checked it out and didn't find anything, but I did see they also had foreign movies for 40% off. I got the Cohen Media Group Ash is Purest White Blu-ray. Yeah, they're weird. They don't do a good job of like announcing their stuff. Sometimes they don't even put it like in its own section with a sign. Like at mine, the Paramounts are just all mixed in. They put a couple of them at the front in a little display for 50% off, but most of them are just mixed in, so you kind of got to search for them. Hopefully, as they continue to do these sales, and hopefully if we keep participating in these sales and they see that we actually want this stuff, they'll start ordering more stuff and putting bigger displays together. That's what I'm hoping. We got to do our part though and actually support them. Don't go to Amazon. I saw that Amazon was trying to undercut them and like was putting Paramount stuff half off. Don't do that. Go find a Barnes & Noble, go to Barnes & Noble's website or something. I hate when Amazon always undercuts every physical media brick and mortar store that's trying to do sales. And they do the same thing to Criterion during the Barnes & Noble months, which sucks. Kevin, I believe Eddie Muller said he quit doing commentary tracks some time ago. His last one was for Alias Nick. Do you want to do it anymore? Mackenzie Wilkes. Oh, wow. Only 86 people have College Confidential logged on Letterboxd. Must be something that was generally unavailable film before this. That's really cool. I've had that recently. Like I've had this here on my desk from a recent video I was recording before I started. This is the new Deaf Crocodile release. It's 2 German 1970s like DEFA films from DEFA, the state-run studio. And these are very like limited. Like I don't know if not a lot of people have seen these. This is basically what I'm saying. The Letterboxd reviews are very, very small, which is why I kind of want to write a review, because I watched both of those over the weekend and had a good time with both of those. Dan's Den, College Confidential is one of only 2 movies that dared put Steve Allen front and center. Also supposedly terrible. So many movies were trying to leech off Rebel Without a Cause. Blackboard Jungle. Well, that sucks. I don't think Kino Lorber cares if a movie is regarded as terrible or not. They put out anything. There's an audience for anything. And I feel like Kino Lorber gets all of those rights for like so cheap, and they do a quick little Blu-ray transfer and then boom, they just ship them out and break even at least. I don't know. Connor's freaking out about the big heat coming to Region A and Criterion. Very, very excited for that. It's been on his list for a while. Oh, look at this. I just mentioned this. Juan, I can't find Signals Limited Edition by Deaf Crocodile. You can't, because it was pulled because there was a disc error. I got an email about it. They said if you ordered it from Diabolic DVD, you were fine. You didn't need to do anything. They were going to automatically send you a disc. But if you ordered it from somewhere else, to email them with like proof of purchase and they would send you a disc. So there was a disc error. It was not like a huge thing. I think it was like, there was like one scene that had some audio glitches, I believe. And then there was subtitle errors throughout, which is a problem because it's not in English. It's a German film. And I did notice when I was watching it that like every few scenes there would be a subtitle that just dropped off and like the last letter or two from the last word was cut off. I had no problem following it, but it was a little annoying. So I'm glad that they're fixing that and sending out a disc. So you won't be able to find that until they get that fixed and put it back into production. Dan's Den, I remember Imaginary Heroes being pretty good. Internet user says, I recently rewatched Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, and now I want it as well. Waiting for a 4K of Peckinpah's other film, The Wild Bunch. That'd be cool. It'd be a cool Criterion release if they did that pretty soon after Pat Garrett. Evil Wax, excited for a few of the latest Criterion titles that were just announced for June. Sorcerer, Mishima, and Brazil. Yeah, it was a really good month. Really good month. And I really enjoyed doing that video with John. If you haven't seen it, we talked about our thoughts on those announcements last week. It's like a last minute edition. Like I said, we were going to do a Paramount video, and then they announced those like early. So we quickly filmed the Paramount video and then rushed home to do the Criterion announcement. Mackenzie, I have to imagine that one-man show release of Bronx Tale is based off of the film of the same name. Connor says, if they're putting out Sony Picture Classics on Blu-ray, can we please re-release The Lives of Others and Call Me By Your Name on 4K? And finally, detail I'm Still Here. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for that. I've heard great things about Call Me By Your Name. It's one of John's favorite movies, and I think he's planning on letting me borrow that. Like, letting me borrow it. I think he really wants me to watch it, so I think he's gonna force that upon me this summer. I told him I gotta wait till summer. I gotta be in the right mood. I gotta watch it in the summer. Carrie Witt, I think that Bronx Tale is the Broadway thing. Why so Bluetooth? My most recent Orbit order was 4-sided triangle 4K, Tangerine limited edition Blu-ray, and Season 9 limited edition Blu-ray. Session 9, excuse me. Yeah, I heard that, actually I've seen, I follow Orbit on Instagram, and they keep showing images of the stuff that's coming in, and they have so many Tangerine 4Ks from Second Sight. I don't know why that's still in print. It came out forever ago, but they're still cranking out those Tangerine second. I guess people want to watch it because Anora was just really big, and they're finding out about Sean Baker. But yeah, they're really selling out of those Tangerine. I feel like I need to buy one of those. I don't know. I kind of want to go back and watch Tangerine. And it's a really nice Second Sight release. It's not as crazy as some of their other ones. It's a thinner one, but it's pretty cool. Evil Wax, definitely want The Lives of Others on Blu-ray and would love to see the Diving Bell and the Butterfly get any kind of release. Marty, DJ, and chat, what's everyone's thoughts on the newly announced Warner Brothers Archive Looney Tunes Collector's Vault? Does that mean the Collector's Choice series is over and done with? Yeah, I saw that. That wasn't cool, Warner Brothers. So if you don't know, they did like 4 Collector's Choice releases. I think there's only like around 10 Looney Tunes shorts on each one of those discs. There were Blu-rays, they released their single disc, and there was Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4. Then they released a Collector's Choice Volume 1 through 4, which was all of those shorts on like in one case. And now we just got an announcement. I saw it on Disconnected. They are releasing the Collector's Vault, which is different than the Collector's Choice, and it's like 25, 30, somewhere around there, Looney Tunes shorts. So I'm glad I held off and didn't buy the Collector's Choice, because now we're getting better, more full releases from Warner Brothers. I don't know what the story is there. There's probably some story why they like started releasing them and had to stop and like change the direction. I don't know what the deal is. I don't even know if the ones on the Collector's Vault are different than the ones in the Collector's Choice, or if there's a lot of crossover there. If anyone knows in the chat, definitely let me know, because I'm interested in that as well. I definitely want to pick up those Collector's Vaults going forward. But who knows? I don't know what they're doing. They're doing great. I think they just ripped all the Looney Tunes shorts off of Max. Like, they don't want to keep that going anymore. And they also ripped Sesame Street off Max. They're Warner Brothers is on fire. Carrie Witt, I'm so excited for the Criterion Sorcerer 4K. Just such an underrated Friedkin film. Got lost being released right after Star Wars. It will be a perfect pick for July sale. Yes, I'm already planning. Oh, so am I, dude. I've already got a list. I got a list in my notebook right here of Criterions I want to pick up. Miss Sharon, Losing Ground, directed by Kathleen Collins, is worth a look as well. A great underseen film from the early 80s. Played Out, Amazon is all third-party junk now. I've heard multiple issues with canceling physical media orders as well. Yeah, I've heard tons of stories about pre-orders that just unceremoniously got dropped, and people had they pre-ordered it, and then Amazon just canceled it, and then they missed out because it's sold out. Amazon sucks. It's okay in a pinch, but I definitely want to support other companies. Bailey says the Bronx Tale release is a pro shot of the play, which is what the film is based on. Wow, I'm not expecting to be talking about that Bronx film as much as we have. Whoa. Let's catch up. Dre's Movie Den. Hey, welcome to the stream. I don't see your name very often. My local Barnes & Noble also had all foreign films 50% off. Picked up 2 from Radiance. Whoa, your Barnes & Noble has Radiance? That's amazing. The Cat and Cosa Nostra set. Loving in-store browsing. Yes, I love going to Barnes & Noble. They don't have anywhere near as much as it sounds like your store has. I've never seen a Radiance title. I saw one something weird title like one time, but I think it was because somebody must have ordered it in and never came and picked it up. That's the only way I can imagine them ordering stuff like that from like Vinegar Syndrome. Internet user, I'll be honest, I shrieked a little when I saw Sorcerer in the June announcements. Excellent film. Dude, yeah, that's a very exciting one. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to that for a long time. I've heard about it in my comments since we started doing the Criterion sale videos. Like, people really love that film. And the original, Wages of Fear, people love too. Baloney, I find it fascinating that a lot of great movies that fell through the cracks long ago are getting premium treatment and releases today. We are all so fortunate for that. Yeah, it's a great time to be a collector. I'm very, very happy with the landscape. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know when the bubble's going to burst because there's so many labels. It's kind of the same thing as like the streaming thing right now, where there's just so many different labels cropping up that it's impossible to collect everything. But as long as we, show some restraint and only collect the stuff that really, really interests us, I think it could last for a while. We'll see. I hope it does. But I'm loving it. This is going to be a great year. Mark, I ordered the 4K of Chinatown on Amazon. Then I thought, what am I doing? I hate Amazon. So I canceled that order and went to Barnes & Noble and picked it up for $12.34. Awesome. That's great. I mean, our Barnes & Noble is also another big organization, but at least they're a brick and mortar store, and I like to support those. Dan's Den, Warner Brothers has treated Looney Tunes horribly. They just announced they were removing all the... I just talked about that. That's garbage. Hopefully Warner Brothers puts everything out on disc, because there's no way to watch that stuff now. Like, what are you doing, Max? Oh no. Hey, this is actually great. This is good. I'm actually excited about this. SLC. DJ, you should have the Looney Tunes CC number 2 coming on Wednesday. Oh well. This is Sean. Sean has been amazing. I got to give a shout out to Sean. He's been sending me a lot of Warner Archive stuff from my Amazon wish list. Thank you so much, Sean. I really appreciate it. I did get your releases. He sent me these 4. This got caught in a rainstorm. I took pictures of it. I meant to post it. This was like, Amazon just threw this on my porch, and then a random rainstorm just happened before I could go out and pick it up. And it was just in an envelope, and the envelope was soaked through and like ripped through. Luckily, they were all still sealed, so none of them got damaged. But thank you so much, Sean. He sent me these 4 films. He sent me The Boy with the Green Hair, which maybe I should watch today. I don't think it's Irish or anything, but it's got a boy with green hair. Been in my list for a long time. I'm very interested in this movie. It's a family film. It goes way back. This one also been on my list for a while. This is Christopher Strong and Katharine Hepburn, and it is called Christopher Strong, and it stars Katharine Hepburn. This is one that me and Grace, I think he sent this specifically for Grace because it's got Katharine Hepburn in it. He did leave me some notes, which I still have on my desk over here. I always keep these when someone sends me something from Amazon, which is great. And he says, one of my top 100 favorites. Hope you guys enjoy. Anthony Perkins is excellent in his Oscar-nominated Breakthrough, and so's the rest of the movie, from Sean Cornwell. And this is the one he's talking about. It is Friendly Persuasion, one that I wasn't even aware of, but he figured out how to send this to me, and I'm excited. It is Anthony Perkins' debut feature. It's like his first appearance on film, and it looks really great. It's highly recommended from him. And then he also sent this one, which was also for Grace, I believe. Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House, which is another little screwball comedy romance film from this period that we love, the 30s and 40s. So happy to have these. Thank you for reminding me, Sean. I wanted to give you a shout out tonight, and then you just reminded me. He said he's going to be sending me one of the Looney Tunes collections. That's totally fine. I'll be very happy to have it. Like I said, I don't even know if the Vault collections are going to be all the same shorts, if they're going to completely cover those ones, or if I should get both of them. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Carrie Witt says, yeah, WB has fumbled Looney Tunes 9 Ways to Sunday. I still go back to all my golden collections on DVD. Yeah, the DVD were like complete, like they had everything on there. And they've really been doing a bad job of the Blu-rays. I still like watching them in Blu-ray, so I'll be very happy to have those collections. But Yeah, it's a bummer. I wish they would just release one definitive, complete set like they did with the Disney Treasures back there, or like Disney did back when Disney was actually good at releasing physical media. Marty says WB Archive needs to make one giant Looney Tunes box set that contains everything already. It's getting so confusing about what's crossed over in these sets, what's not available, and what is a mess. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even know if I might still need to get all those collections and also the Vault collection, because I don't know if they're all going to be covered there. But it will be nice just to have a short little collection Blu-ray that I can just pop in for my kids that they can watch. Joshua LeBure, for the third time today, I had Tangerine in my cart and it sold out before I could buy. Yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's because of Honora, but it's been selling out like crazy. He's been posting, he's getting like 15, 20 of them at a time, but I guess they're selling out really quick. That's crazy. Well, I hope you find one. Joshua? I don't know if you go by Josh. Not all Joshuas like Josh. Michael Smith, B&N has a really nice looking release of Dragon Slayer. Any good? Yes, good. Very good. I have it right back there. Just watched it I've seen it a couple times now. I watched it. I was in the mood right after we did the Conan Chronicles set, and we watched that one right after we watched Conan the Destroyer. I like it quite a bit. I think it's a really fun little like it's kind of like a Merlin Arthur adventure. It's about a aspiring wizard who's no good, and he just goes on a little adventure and he fights a dragon at the end. It's a really cool practical dragon. It's very visually interesting. It looks great. It's got some really cool lighting and wonderful practical effects. The reason that got made was because I believe Guillermo del Toro loves that movie. He was like really inspired by that movie early on in his life, so he really pushed to get that 4K made. I think he has like a special feature on the disc. I haven't watched that yet, but I love Guillermo del Toro, and I'm glad he pushed for that movie because I had quite a fun time watching that movie. Kevin House, I have all of the WB Looney Tunes golden collections from back in the day, but Mid-Level Media says those are among the ones susceptible to disc rot. Guess I should do some spot checking. Ooh, that's, man, everything, Looney Tunes can't catch a break, man. That sucks. Hopefully your discs are fine. Maybe run through and check them, but that sucks. Sorry to hear that, man. Where are we? Here we are. Are you going to buy the Dollars trilogy from Arrow? I already pre-ordered from Orbit because I love Eastwood and Westerns. I don't know. I still haven't decided. It's very expensive. It's like over $100 to get all three of them. So I don't know. But I mean, like I said, I love those big box sets. Arrow does a great job. That's probably the definitive set, like the best those are ever going to be released. So it would be the time to do it if I was going to buy them. But I haven't decided yet. I've got too much. Like I said, I've got an Umbrella order I'm trying to do. I've got a Criterion order I got to do. So there's only so much money in the budget. So we gotta see. We'll see if there's any left over for those Arrow sets. Carrie Witt again. Sorcerer is the rare example of the remake being better than the original, in my opinion. Yeah, I've heard it both ways. I'm gonna have to watch it for myself, but I've heard people say either is better. Evil Wax, I have a feeling that a new 4K Criterion of Until the End of the World will be released this year. That film will look absolutely stunning in 4K. Well, that would make sense because I haven't had a chance to watch my Blu-ray yet. That would be a bummer. Hopefully not. Hopefully, I mean, I'd still be happy to see it, but I just bought the Blu-ray. I just bought it last year and I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Dwayne The Rock Hudson, my buddy challenged me to pick a Criterion spine number at random, buy it without reading anything and watch it completely blind, and I'm tempted. That'd be fun. I mean, it's like $20. It's not going to break the bank. It'd be a fun little... And if you're going to do it with any label, Criterion's the safest bet because Criterion films are I've rarely have I been disappointed by a Criterion film. This is very similar to something that my friend is trying to get me to do. John, who you guys know, he's always in my Criterion videos. He still, every time I see him, pretty much every time I see him, he's like, when are you doing that buying by color video? He wants me to do a video where I just buy things by color, not based on anything else, like you said, just on the color, kind of like you said with the spine number. And I don't know, maybe I'll listen to him at some point. That's what we do here, films by color, but I don't know. I feel like I'll get attacked in the comments for doing something so silly. But I mean, I'll buy stuff that it won't just be random color stuff. It'll be like, these are things I'm interested in already, and I'll just pick a couple orange ones and buy them all at the same time. I've been thinking about it, but I don't know how to market that video. I don't know what it would be called. I have no idea. But I hear you, John, and I'm trying to make it work. Dan Stan, Christopher Strong, a rare golden age film directed by a woman, Dorothy Arzner. Yeah, she's supposed to be amazing. I have another film directed by her in the Criterion Collection, and everybody loves her. Here it is right here, Mackenzie. Dorothy Eisner's Merrily We Go to Hell is in the Criterion Collection, and it's fantastic. And Dance Girl Dance, which is another one that I have back there. I bought that one. Grace bought Merrily We Go to Hell. She's supposed to be amazing, and I can't wait to finally dive into her stuff. I don't think I've seen any of those. I think Grace watched Merrily We Go to Hell. I have not got to see any of her stuff yet, so that's cool. I'm excited to watch Christopher Strong, too. Love me some Katharine Hepburn. Mark, so glad that you got The Boy with Green Hair. Great film, and the theme song has fascinating backstory. Be sure to look it up. Yeah, Mark, you left a comment. Mark spoiled this for me, Sean, because he was like, hey, I saw The Boy with the Green Hair in your list, but now it's not there anymore. So I didn't even know, because it doesn't show me when people buy stuff. So it was still showing in the list for me, but Mark gave me a little sneak peek that somebody had bought this for me. So I knew it was coming, but I didn't know it was coming with all these other ones from Sean. So thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. Baloney, I want to send you and Grace. Oh, Baloney, I saw your email. Sorry, I haven't responded yet. I will definitely get back to you. Sorry about that. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. Carrie Witt, DJ, totally random question. Have you seen Summer of 42? Every time I flip through it on the shelf, I'm like, DJ would probably like this. Also, WB archive title. I don't think so. Let me look it up right now. It's not ringing any bells. Amazon, the dreaded Amazon. But that's pretty much the best place to get Warner Archive titles. I don't even know anyone else that sells them, really. Summer of 42. That makes me happy. That warms my heart that you think of me when you look at movies on the shelf. I guess I'm predictable. Summer of 42. No, I have not seen this. I have no idea. Is this a coming-of-age story or something? I'm wondering why it reminds me of you. Interesting. No, I haven't. I haven't seen it. I'll have to add it to the wish list and get to it eventually. Thanks, Carrie, for the recommendation. Evil Wax, I started watching Tangerine, but only got 20 minutes into it before shutting it off. Maybe I should give it... I had the exact same thing. I had the exact same experience. Grace and I put it in, and we were not in the right mood. It was so loud and abrasive, and the image was terrible. It's like shot on a phone, and then they like jacked up the saturation. It's assaulting on all levels, on your ears, on your eyes. So we weren't in the mood, so we turned it off, because I don't like, if I'm not feeling something, I like to turn it off and give it a better chance later when I'm more likely to like it. So we did turn it off, but I do want to go back to it. We both liked Nora, and I do want to go back and check it out at some point. But yeah, I had the exact same experience. Internet user, Workmeister Harmonies will be my purchase for tomorrow. I'm wondering if I should pick up a few more for that free shipping. That's how they get you, man. That's how everybody gets you. Like, that's why I'm doing this umbrella order, and I have to at least get 3 things to get free shipping, because I don't want to pay $30 shipping to get something all the way from Australia. That's crazy. So you got to push it up over that threshold, and I'll be doing the same thing tomorrow with Criterion. We're so predictable. That's what we do. Oh, John's in the chat. I can't wait to see what he has to say. Marty DMC, speaking of bad discs, I finally got around to watching my Arrow Inglorious Bastards. The Blu-ray bonus disc has playback issues on Panasonic players, and Arrow is refusing to do anything about it. Wow. Panasonic players is basically all we have these days. Panasonic and Sony. That sucks. Do better, Arrow. Ryan, Umbrella has been teasing a Michael Haneke set the past week or so. So excited. See, this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried I'm going to get hooked on Umbrella. Luckily, they put out like a lot of stuff that doesn't really appeal to me, because I've heard from many people, like, once you start, you can't stop. Once you pop, you can't stop with Umbrella. And I'm not looking forward to that, because they're expensive. They're like $55, $60 for one movie, but they're really nice box sets. So I'm gonna try to cherry pick. I'm not gonna go crazy on Umbrella. Magnitude Rev, absolutely you can. He says, can I mention my flash sale titles that I plan on picking up? Yes, let's do it. We're right at an hour. Let's spend the next 15, 20, 30 minutes talking about Criterion. He's gonna pick up Godzilla vs. Biollante, Wages of Fear, No Country for Old Men, Yojimbo Sanjuro, Eastern Condors, Evil Does Not Exist, and Takeout. So all of those 4K except for the last 3. Some bangers. Some big heavy hitters there in your list. I'm very excited. This is like the first time I don't have like a set list or like a box set that I want to get in the flash sale. I'm just going to cherry pick a couple random titles. So you got some good ones there. No Country for Old Men, probably one I need to pick up. I'm thinking about going ahead and getting Godzilla. Oh, man. Those are some good ones. Thanks for sharing. Why So Bluetooth? I'm getting Perfect Days 4K, and I got to write up my list and prepare for tomorrow. Yeah, everybody get ready. I don't know what time it's going to start, but it is tomorrow. Everyone seems to be in agreement. I think people have got the email from Criterion Channel. Carrie Witt, I pre-ordered the Dollars Trilogy from a site called Rare Waves. It was way cheaper than any other prices. Import shipping better than Orbit and Diabolic. So we shall see. Ooh. I missed out on that because I'm sure it's probably gone at this point. But yeah, I'm glad you were able to grab those. John is here. He says, color is your brand. Criterion's by color is what he wants me to do. I don't know what that means, John. What do I do? I can't see the spines on the website. They don't show the spines. What am I going to do? I guess he just wants me to go to Barnes & Noble and just like pick one of each color. I don't know. You haven't explained your plans to me, John. SLC, Sean, hoping to at least get the 4Ks of 8.5 and grifters for the flash sale. Going to see Annette Bening interviewed at a grifters showing next Sunday during the Noir Festival in LA. That's awesome. So you got to get the grifters. That's pretty cool. I didn't know you lived in LA, Sean. You're sending me these all the way from LA? That's crazy. Thank you so much. Michael Smith, Arzner is responsible for Coppola being a director. She was his teacher and he was ready to quit. She talked him out of it. Another reason to like her. Jeffrey Patrone, Eden Abbas wrote Nature Boy, is an iconic musician, inspired Brian Wilson during the making of Pet Sounds and the Smile sessions. That was a lot of information that I didn't know, all crammed into one short and sweet message. Wow, thanks, Jeffrey. Ethan Edwards says, I used to get Warner Archive from Warner's site. They would do 4 for $44 sales, but when a few years back, they went to Amazon only. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, I didn't even know that Warner used to sell those directly from the site. That's pretty cool. Evil Wax, titles I'm planning to buy in the flash sale, all 4Ks. No Country for Old Men, Paris, Texas, 8.5, The Wages of Fear, and Punch Drunk Love. Again, a lot of titles I'm considering. I'm on the fence about 8.5 because I'm probably going to get that box set at some point. Same, Paris, Texas, I am on the fence of. I don't know if I want to get the Criterion. I kind of want to get the Curzon 4K, honestly. It looks really nice. There's so many, it's tough. Like I said, there's so many labels. There's a lot of stuff that's like, as soon as a restoration happens, you got two different, I guess, like sides of the globe releasing things at the same time. One of the labels from overseas will release it, either like Curzon or BFI, and then Criterion will get it, and I have to make more decisions, which I don't like doing. But like Chronos, another prime example. Chronos just got a wonderful BFI box set release, and it's also got a Criterion 4K. So I've already got the Criterion Blu-ray. I'm thinking I'm going to go with BFI for the 4K. Magnitude Rev, love Sean Baker, but yeah, Tangerine was one film I've also turned on and turned off. I kind of want to know how many people have done this. Hate iPhone movies so much, and the coloration was awful. Glad he's improved with the Florida Project and Anora. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone, because I heard, like, I went into it expecting greatness, because so many people have it listed online as, like, one of their favorite movies, one of their favorite Christmas time movies. Like, I heard, like, nothing but high praise going into it, and then it was a lot to take. Dan's Den, Tangerine is definitely a movie that wants to shove its experimenting down your throat, but there's a lot to appreciate about it nonetheless. Yeah, I didn't get that far. I should have kept going. Marty, it seems to be a firmware issue with Panasonic that they have yet to update, or at least that's what Arrow is saying. Oh, so two sides to the story, I guess. Yeah, I don't have a chance to pick up anything tomorrow, but in July I'm probably picking up No. I'm assuming that is No Country for Old Men. Kevin Smith says DJ Summer of 42 also features a beautiful Michel Legrand score. That's enough right there to make me get it, because I love all of his score. Everything he did for Jacques Demy is amazing. His music's so good. So I'm gonna have to check it out. He finished it. No Country for Old Men, Blowout, Anora, and Seventh Seal. Okay, well, yeah, those are great. You can wait till July to pick them up. No worries. Barnes & Noble will be happy to get your money. Jeffrey says, do you have Purple Noon, DJ? I do not have Purple Noon. I don't. I've seen that on the Criterion channel, like, a lot. And I've almost clicked on it, but haven't got around to it yet. Magnitude says flash sale usually starts at noon EST. Perfect. I will do it right on my lunch break. I'll have to get it ready in the morning and then just go ahead and ship it once lunchtime rolls around. Patrick Williams is very excited about the Wiz Criterion 4K disc coming out. Yeah, that's a controversial one. Not controversial, but like I've heard both sides. Like somebody, I think Ethan Edwards in my comments was like, that's joining Armageddon as the worst Criterion film in the collection. But I know a lot of people that like The Wiz. A lot of people are very excited about The Wiz. I'm one of those people. I've never seen it. I'm hoping to pick that one up in July and see if I like it. I can go either way on Wizard of Oz adaptations. Like Wizard of Oz is one of my favorite movies. Wasn't a big fan of Wicked, like either the book or the play or the movie. So I don't know if I'm gonna like The Wiz or not. I like Return to Oz, so maybe I'll like The Wiz. Dwayne "The Rock" Hudson, Drugstore Cowboy, and Thief are the two I'll be getting for sure. I might get another one for free shipping. We'll see. Baloney, I have all of Charlie Chaplin's Criterion movies, so I will be adding A Woman in Paris tomorrow morning. I'll be right there with you. I also have all of his movies so far. And it's been a long time since they've released one, so I'm glad they're getting back to that. Michael Walsh, yes, finally going for the Romare Tales of the Four Seasons tomorrow. I'm not going to hit my desk, but I wanted to hit my desk because I'm so excited. Good job. Good buy-in. I hope you enjoy those movies. I quite enjoy at least, especially 3 of them. I got to watch Spring again, and it's perfect timing because it is spring. But the other 3, I absolutely loved. Spring was good, but not my favorite of the 4. Joshua is getting Drugstore Cowboy, Slacker, Takeout, and Chantel Ackerman set. Hey, there's a box set I could get. I was thinking about getting a box set. Why don't I just open this up while we're talking here? There's no reason to have me in the background. Look at this. June titles announced right there. Shop the collection right at the top. What should we do? Let's just do all films. Throw some recommendations at me, guys. We'll keep this open. Well, that's not very interesting. Let's go to new releases. No. We'll go to 4K discs. That's what we'll go with. 4K discs. I was looking at this earlier. I can recommend some of these. You guys can recommend some of these. They've done a ton of 4K discs already. Let's load some more here. But yeah, we'll just scroll through this while we're talking because you guys are mentioning Criterions anyway. I might as well have it open. Marty, the review for Paris, Texas 4K is apparently not great due to color timing. Can anyone confirm this? Are you talking about the Criterion or the Curzon or both? I don't know. I haven't heard that, but if I had to pick, I don't know. I actually don't know if Curzon does better transfers than Criterion does. Joshua Lebure, I need to rebuy The Great Dictator because I lent mine to a friend. Oh, you gave yours to a friend. I thought you lent it and they didn't give it back. Well, that's super sweet. I just recently bought The Great Dictator last year, so that was the last one I needed. Why So Bluetooth says the BFI Chronos 4K is excellent. Good to hear. That's one of my favorite Guillermo del Toro movies. I don't hear a lot of people talking about that one, but that's like top 3 for me. Like Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, and maybe Chronos. Devil's Backbone, also really, really good. All the Criterion ones are great. So I'm tempted to get the 4K of that, but I don't want to get the Criterion because I already have the Criterion Blu-ray and the box set from Criterion. So it'd be nice to shake things up. I'm glad the BFI looks really good, according to Why So Bluetooth. Steven Schroeder is also picking up Paris, Texas, Punch Drunk Love, and Smithereens, and a Carol Zeman set. Sweet. Again, another one of my favorites. I hope you enjoy that one. Evil Wax says the problem is the Curzon and BFI rarely do sales, let alone 50% off sales. I have the Blu-ray of Punch Drunk Love, but only the DVD of Paris, Texas. Yeah, Curzon and BFI are kind of expensive. I think at Orbit they're not too bad. You can get them for like $40 for a nice big chunky box set. It's not too bad, but yeah, it's not $25 from Criterion, which is a bummer. Kevin House DJ, that's the second time in the last few weeks you've read my name as Kevin What? Did I really say Kevin Smith? Not a problem, but kind of a weird pattern. Wow. Well, I apologize. Hopefully you don't take that as an insult. He did great things, right? People used to love his stuff. SLC Nature Boy from Boy with Green Hair was a huge #1 hit for the Nat King Cole in 1948. Beautiful song and rendition by Cole. Thank you for explaining that, Sean. I wasn't sure what Jeffrey was talking about, but that's really cool. It's not a musical though. There's just a song in here. I'm excited to check it out. And let me know. I don't think I can watch that I'm going to give it a watch first to see how it is first, and then I'll show my kids. I don't want to just take a chance on that. Robert Wilde, Return to Oz is great. It is a lot of fun. It's really cool. Oh man, hold on. Jeffrey, Patron Drugstore Cowboy has a wonderful appearance from William S. Burroughs. Let me actually pop over because you can't read. I can't show you these. Actually, I can. Let me turn that on. Can I? Will it work? I don't think it will. I'll pop over here to read your chat, but then I'm going to go back and look at some Criterions in a second. Appearance from William S. Burroughs, who can be rather comedic in a very dry way. Robert Francis, is Six Moral Tales from Eric Romero a good starting place for him, considering blind buying it tomorrow? Absolutely. That's where I started, and it's great. It depends on your tastes. If you prefer color films or more traditional romances, then maybe start with the Four Seasons. His Six Moral Tales are older. Half of them are in black and white, and they're from the 60s, and they're more about like guys who are terrible at relationships. And they're kind of from that perspective, guys who like have really like bad, the guys that don't appreciate women and don't know how to be in relationships. And then later, when you get, well, I guess some of that is in the Six Moral or the Tales of the Four Seasons as well, but those are a little bit more traditional, like conversational, kind of like Before Sunrise stories. A little bit more, you're starting to get into his more, it never gets sappy, but it's a little more, I don't even know how to explain it. Like if you've seen The Green Ray, which is not in either of those sets, it's kind of got this fairy tale romance quality to it. You get some happier endings in some of the Six Moral Tales, in some of the Tales of the Four Seasons. Six Moral Tales is much more like younger guys trying to figure out coming of age stories. I like those quite a bit. I started with My Night at Maud's, and then I went back and watched through all the Six Moral Tales. And then I went on to the Tales of the Four Seasons, which he made in the 90s, so much later. He's matured as a filmmaker a little bit, kind of transitioned into a different era. So they're very different. So I don't know which to recommend to you. It depends on your own tastes. Hopefully my ramblings gave you some information there. Magnitude Rev, want a Criterion recommendation? Cure, Manila. Oh, wow, he's got a bunch of them for me. Cure, Manila in the Claws of Light. That's already been recommended once. I should look that one up because 2 people have said it already. Farewell, My Concubine, Secret Sunshine, Peeping Tom, Marketa Lazarova, Boat People, Drive My Car, Thelma and Louise, and After Hours. I have After Hours, I have Thelma and Louise, have Drive My Car, and have Marketa Lazarova. I've seen all those. Those are all great recommendations. I have not seen the first few you mentioned, so I might have to add those to the list. All right, we are almost out of time. Let's wrap this up. Carrie Witt, Criterion on the screen now. I totally recommend Baron Munchausen, Blowout, Blood Simple 4K, and for the July sale, Basquiat. Yeah, let's pull this up. So obviously I recommend After Hours. I also loved The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, although it's not as good as the Carol Zeman version. I'm really considering getting the Apu trilogy. I've picked it up and put it down for like the last 3 sales, and I know I'm gonna love that. I've heard from so many people that it's totally my thing. It's just so expensive. That might be the box set I get tomorrow. Actually, that's a good contender. Blood Simple 4K is wonderful. The movie is wonderful. Amazing debut feature from Joel and Ethan Coen. 1984, that was one of my favorite movies from that year, and that's a pretty big year. But Grace and I love Blood Simple. Horribly dark comedy. That's some of the darkest comedy I've ever seen, but it's so good. Brazil is getting a 4K soon. That's a great one. Kronos, I just talked about. Citizen Kane. There's so many good 4Ks here. Days of Heaven, that 4K is amazing. I really, really enjoyed that one. I need to rewatch that movie. I've only seen it once. Demon Pond, another one that I'm considering. That's one that I wanted to get when it came out. I never did. It looks like something I would really love. It should be on sale for $25 tomorrow. Maybe I should add that to the cart. I think Demon Pond and the Apu trilogy. What do you think? What do you guys think? Let me see. Yeah, there's just so much stuff. There's Farewell, My Concubine, which Magnitude Rev just mentioned. Heard great things about that one as well. 1993. Directed by interesting. There's so much. This is overwhelming. Like, this is why I need recommendations, because there's so much. Fisher King, I already picked up. Pinocchio's great. I Am Cuba is another one I'm really interested in. That one might be towards the top of my list. Happiness, again. I hear so many mixed things about Happiness. Some people love it, some people hate it, but that's one I'm also considering. I don't know, man. It's going to be hard to narrow it down to like 3 or 4 things. But Dan Zen says the Apu trilogy is a must own, and Magnitude Rev also says Apu trilogy is excellent. Coming of age trilogy. I know. I just need to go ahead and buy it. You know what? unless something happens, I'm totally going to get that box set tomorrow in the sale. It's time I finally did that. I don't want to spend too much. I want to keep it around $100, but if I go a little bit over, it's because I bought that trilogy. Let's see. Marty says Criterion Citizen Kane is the absolute worst packaging that exists. Horrible, awful, terrible. I don't agree, man. I don't understand what people's deal is with that. Like, it's nice. It's a cool digipack. I love digipacks. I know some people just don't like digipacks, but I'm on the other side with that one. I wish they would do more digipacks. I don't like the boring uniformity of the standard Skinavo cases. Sometimes that's fine, but I want a special packaging if I can. Josh says, Get Chan is missing. You definitely won't regret it, especially for $20 on Crossing Delancey on 4K. It's a really good and underrated romantic comedy that came out last month. Yeah, I saw that one. That might be a good one to watch with Grace. I think she'll like it. Ooh, hot take. Magnitude Rev says, I'm going to be honest, Demon Pawn's cover is better than the film itself, in my opinion. I mentioned it previously, but for a phenomenal Japanese horror film rec in the collection, Kurosawa's Cure. Yeah, Cure, but very different. Like, that's a very different thing than Demon Pawn. You didn't like Demon Pawn. Wow, that's surprising. Well, maybe I'll like it. I'm still very interested. Actually, what am I talking about? Oh, no. She Let Me Borrow Lady Snowblood. When Sharon was here for the Oscar party with John, she let me borrow Lady Snowblood. I thought for a second she let me borrow Demon Pawn, but I got my movies confused. I still got to buy Demon Pawn. Carrie Witt says you should get Grifters for next Noir November. Yes, I will. We'll be picking up. We got to get some more. Actually, we still got a lot of noirs we still have to watch. But we should pick up a few for next November. We're already getting ready for it. There's a couple other releases, a couple other box sets from. Speaking of Indicator, there's some noir box sets from Indicator that are really nice that I would like to pick up. There's some from Arrow. Arrow has some noir box sets as well. So I'm thinking about grabbing a couple of those for this November. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. Man, we only got 8 minutes left. This is fun. I actually want to keep going on this. We should have done just a Criterion stream by itself because I need your opinion. There's No Country for Old Men. Probably one we have to pick up. Very typical. Everyone's going to get that one, but we're trying to collect all the Coen Brothers movies, so we got to grab that one. Maybe Paris, Texas, if I don't go with the Curzon. There's Pat Garrett. Again, how much is this one going to be? I want to check this out because I know it's expensive, but half off. Let's see. $70. Ugh. So half off, it's still $35. That's a lot, man. I know there's a bunch of different cuts of the film. I guess it's worth it. I'm not a big fan of. I'm probably not going to watch every single cut. I'll probably look up what the best cut is and watch that. I don't know. That's pretty steep for one movie. I know they've been doing some 2-packs lately, like with the Val Lewton set, and those are a little bit more pricey, but $70 for one movie is pretty outrageous. What else do we got on 4K? I still didn't pick up the Princess Bride 4K. I have the Blu-ray though, so probably not going to pick that up. Real Life is another one I was really interested in. That looked like fun. Looks like a nice little lighter comedy. Even though it's probably pretty pertinent to today's times, but hopefully it does it in a light, fun way. Yeah, there's just so many releases, and this is just the 4K. I haven't even gone back and looked at some of the older Blu-rays, which I probably should do. All of these will be in store in July, so I can probably wait for these. I should probably dig through my wish list and see some of the older stuff that's not going to be in stores that I can grab. Roaring Twenties. I highly recommend. That's a great 4K release. Grace and I watched that end of last year. Shape of Water also, one of my favorites. There's Sorcerer, Thelma and Louise, and Power of the Dog. Both great recent releases that I recommend. Three Colors trilogy is amazing. What else? We got The Trial, The Umbrellas. Again, that's only for pre-orders. So you can't get that. Wages of Fear. Again, same source material as The Sorcerer. So you got right there. If you want to see the original French version, Criterion, you got to fix your website. Every time I come back, I have to reload all these. This is terrible user experience, Criterion. Sorry, you got to fix that. But anyway, there's so much stuff is the point. Go on their website, scroll through for a couple hours, see what you want to pick up. I'm going to try to keep it light. Winchester 73. Oh, I got to add that one too. There's so much, but I'm going to try to keep it around 100, 120, 150, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how many I can pick up. Let me know, again, what you guys end up picking up tomorrow, and we'll see. We'll talk about it tomorrow in the comments. By the way, there was recently a Criterion Trilogy box set that went out of print, Lars von Trier Europe Trilogy. Ooh, I didn't know that went out of print. I've been considering buying the Curzon box set that has most of Lars von Trier stuff, and I don't know if the Europe Trilogy is in there or not, but that sucks. Is it going out of print or just unavailable? That sucks. I have not seen that one in a store in a long time. I remember seeing it in the store, the Amoeba Music Store in LA when we were there. Remember that, Connor? We saw the Europe Trilogy there. Should have picked it up. Alexis, the movie The Luck of the Irish, 1948. The story is similar to The Twilight Zone. The full version is on YouTube. Great St. Patrick's Day film. Awesome. And we didn't even talk about St. Patrick's Day films tonight. I got to watch Darby O'Gill and the Little People with the kids at some point. We haven't watched that yet. I want to make that a yearly tradition. Maybe we'll watch that this Friday. But no, I haven't heard of The Luck of the Irish, 1948. I'll have to look that up. Marty, unless you do your research and know specific titles, will never get a 4K release. Cough, cough, Disney Fox. I will buy Blues and DVDs. Real Life is good, but I would recommend all 3 of the other Albert Brooks films in the collection over it, says Ethan. Well, Grace picked up Mother just recently in the November sale, so we do have that one. So maybe we can watch that one first, and maybe I'll wait till July to get Real Life. It's another good one, Carrie Witt. The Samurai is one I've wanted to get. All of Us Strangers. So many recommendations. I can't buy everything. Oh, thank you, Kevin House, for reminding me. DJ, do you have Criterion's Clooney Brown yet? No, I don't have Clooney Brown. That's in my wish list. I'll probably be picking that one up. We've been watching as many Lubitsch films as we can. Ernst Lubitsch, one of our favorite directors. We just watched Bluebeard's Eighth Wife a couple weeks ago, right after Sweet Charity, and it was great. Another great one. Lubitsch doesn't miss. So I'll have to pick up Clooney Brown. That's been on my list forever, and I never see it in Barnes & Nobles anymore, so that's a good one. Let's see. Mark says Darby O'Gill and The Little People was one of my all-time favorite films when I was a kid. It's great. And there was another Irish Leprechaun movie from Canadian International Pictures, which is a label that distributes through Vinegar Syndrome, that I wanted to get, and I waited too long. I should have picked it up in January when I did that sale haul, but I didn't. Now, if I order it, I know it's not going to be here for like a couple months because Vincent takes so long to ship stuff. So probably not going to get to watch that with the kids this year. I'll have to wait till next year. Hopefully they're still down to watch some Leprechaun movies because I missed my chance this year. All right, last few here. Last few, and then we'll wrap it up because my voice is leaving me. And I'll see you next week. We got Baloney. A Pooh set is a must-get from Criterion site because Barnes & Noble wrecks covers with wire wrap. Heading out now. Good night, everyone, and I'll see you all next week. See you later, Baloney. I'll talk to you soon. Internet user really enjoys Clooney Brown. Ethan Edwards says, Get Lost in America over Real Life. And then Carrie says, yes, Lost in America is better than Real Life. Patrick Craig, A Dry White Season is my recommendation for an incredible and criminally underrated film. Well, I never let a Patrick Craig recommendation go by without taking note because he has recommended some wonderful movies to me, from Deaf Crocodile, from Oscilloscope Labs. I don't know how he has time to watch everything, but he has given me some great recommendations in the past. So I'm going to search this one, A Dry White Season, 1989. Oh yeah, you told me about this before. I'll have to look more into that one. Thank you, Patrick, for popping in the stream. I don't know if you've been here the whole time, but thank you for popping in. Wave says, I've been slacking on Criterion and collecting. Need to make a list for tomorrow and catch up. Me too. I haven't bought anything, obviously, since the last November sale. And Ethan Yeager, love the theater tour. Thanks for doing what you do and putting good content out into the world. Thanks so much. Yeah, I got some great responses from that theater tour video. Also got some people who are way more serious about that stuff than me coming in to correct me and berate me and tell me that I'm doing everything wrong, which is fine. I don't take it that seriously. I just like watching movies down there. And I mainly just did that video because I got a lot of people recommending that I do it. So I had a good time doing it. I don't love doing videos out of the studio, walking around. It's not as easy. But I did it because I got a lot of people asking what my setup looks like. Glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for all the positive comments. It was fun, and I really enjoyed it. And so was this stream. So let's go ahead and wrap it up here. We're right at 1 hour and 30 minutes. I like to cap it off there. And it was a good one. I feel like I talked way too long. I don't think I stopped talking that entire time. So thank you guys so much for all the great engagement in the chat. Really enjoyed talking to you guys about Criterion, of course, about the new releases. We had some big heavy hitters this week, and next week is maybe not the biggest, but the most that we have to talk about. You guys know Vinegar Syndrome and all the partner labels drop everything on the last week of the month, so it's going to be a lot. We got a lot to go through. Probably won't hit every single one, but we'll try to hit as many as we can, and I'll talk to you guys then next week. Thank you guys so much for popping in. As always enjoy talking to you guys. Everyone's saying goodbye in the chat. See you guys next week. Thanks again. Until then, though, keep collecting, and I'll be back with another video real soon.